Hello, it's been a while. Um, I've been busy, I've been working, I've been dealing with children and sickness and lovely things like that. But I thought I'd jump on quickly while my kids are preoccupied. It is Sunday, the 20 something, I don't even know, of December. Um, I can work it out. I can work it out. 22nd? 22nd? Feels like the 22nd, possibly. Um, but yeah, so I thought I'd come on quickly and just go through my last three markets that I haven't updated you on because I just haven't got around to it. Um, yeah, so I've had three. My last one was last Saturday. Um, it was a bit chaotic because it was the same day as my work's Christmas do, so I had to pretty much glam myself up and be ready to run home, get changed, and then literally get straight out of the door again for my Christmas party. So yeah, it was a very, it was only 2 hours, but it was and as you will see when I break it all down, I'm not sure it was really worth the stress. But anyway, I'm gonna go through it all. I will go in order. So the first one I had was at a school organised by one of my work colleagues, and it was brilliant. It was so good. It was really, really well organised. There were loads of people there, really, really good footfall, and I did pretty well. So I was very, very pleased. I'm not going to go through it in order of selling because I sold a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through what sold and how many and how much I charge for those. So the first thing I sold was a cat. I ended up selling two, and they are £15 each. I also sold an axolotl for £15. I managed to sell 8 pickles. I managed to make some more. I had a good wrist week. So yeah, I sold 8 pickles, and I think that actually sold me out completely. And they're £3 each. I sold 3 turtles for £8 each, 4 little octos for £4 each, 5 popping mushrooms for £5 each, 2 eggs for £4 each, 2 chicks for £4 each, 3 chicken nuggets for £3 each, 4 penguins for £4 each, a sitting bee for £4. Really thrilled because I am trying to get rid of those, as you may be aware. 12 pairs of earrings, so they are £3 a pair or two for, no they're not, they're £2 a pair or two for £3. Yes, I sold 12 pairs. Some people bought multiple, some people just bought single pairs. I sold 2 of my bigger bees for £8 each, 2 cows for £15 each, a spider for £15, 7 ducks in hats, 5 leggy froggies, they're both £4 each, sorry, 2 whales for £4, a keychain for £3. Don't ask me which keychain, I can't remember, I think it was a fruit. A long neck dino for £10, 5 baby turtles for £4, 2 triceratops for £4, and a bunny for £12, which gave me a grand total of £368. Store was free, so amazing. Pure, well, not pure profit obviously, but nice amount of profit. It took about 25 minutes to get there, and I did spend £20 while I was there, which I would have paid for a table, so no loss as far as I'm concerned there. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. Like I said, it was brilliant, and the kids were all really sweet and really polite, and I did not stop for the 2 hour. Yeah, that was a 2 hour market, I should say. I did not stop for the 2 hours that I was there, so couldn't ask for more. I had every plan to sit and make some pickles. I don't think I sat, let alone made anything. Just didn't have time. The next market was at a little village hall, and that was the day after, the Sunday, and that was when that lovely storm hit us. So there wasn't much footfall, understandably. The lights in the hall were flickering. I was questioning my life choices quite a lot the whole time, because it was very, very windy on the drive there, even more so on the way back. And actually, when we got home, the power went out in our house completely. Or was that Saturday? No, that was Sunday. I'm getting confused. That's all wrong. The Plympton School Market, I've just said the name of it, I didn't mean to. I think that's right, I've no idea. Was on the Friday, sorry. And then the Village Hall was on the Saturday, yes. And we did have a massive power cut. Oh, my brain. And ended up running away to Chris's mother's because she had power. So we stayed there the night and came back on the Sunday. That's when I'm getting confused, because I was like, how did we come back on the Monday? Because I wouldn't have made it into work on time. It's because it was the Saturday. Ugh, it's been a very busy month. Anyway, yeah, given the storm, I'm quite proud of how well I did, or pleased with how well I did. Again, this one was free, so you paid a £10 deposit, which they gave you back on the day, which I thought was very nice. I would do it again. It had real potential to be really, really busy, so it was just the weather getting in the way. But what I sold 8 pairs of earrings, 1 pickle for £3, a whale for £4, 2 scrunchies for, I think I did them £2 each or 2 for £3, because again I'm trying to get rid of them. A baby turtle for £4, another keychain for £3, one of my £8 bees, a flamingo, I think that's the first one I've sold, for £4, duck in a hat for £4, chick for £4, sitting bee for £4, a chicken nugget for £3, popping mushroom for £5, and a pickle for £3, for a grand total of £66. And like I said, that was free. So I would, like I said, I'd do it again, but on that day it wasn't the best. And then the last market I had was, like I said, the day of my work's Christmas fair. Local village to me, so literally 5 minutes, if that, to get there. Really lovely location, set up beautifully. They had Santa's grotto, they decorated the hall. It was lovely. It wasn't very well advertised. I had no idea. If I hadn't been doing it myself, I wouldn't know it was on. But it's the first one they've ever done, so obviously there's going to be teething problems. So anyway, I sold 6 pairs of earrings, 1 leggy frog for £4, 2 keychains, which I did 2 for £5 on the day, 3 popping chicks, so like the popping mushrooms, but they're little chicks. So I sold out of those now, I haven't got any more of those. 4 baby turtles and 2 popping mushrooms for a total of £65, and my table was 10. The earrings I ended up charging more for, because there was another vendor next to me who I've seen, I think, at about 4 other fairs now, and he sells almost exactly the same earrings that I do. And he came over to me before I'd finished setting up and asked me how much I was selling my earrings for, and I said, oh, I'm selling them £2 a pair or 2 for £3, and he said, oh right, okay, well, I sell mine £3 a pair or 2 for £5. And he gave me that look, and I was like, would you like me to up my prices? And he said, if you wouldn't mind, that would be great. He said, I've never had any problems selling them, and he's right. I mean, 6 pairs sold straight off, nobody questioned the price. So I think I might do that going forwards. I might also increase some of the prices on some of my plushies as well. I think the spider and the turtles, the little turtles, I might increase in price. I want to look for some new patterns, so I am currently doing some testing. Well, I'm doing some making, because I have no more markets, so I'm just making what I want to make, which is fun. I had a steroid injection in my wrist just over a week ago, so my left wrist is almost fine. I've got some pain down the back, but I've been wearing my brace at night, which is helping, and my right wrist at the minute is doing okay, but I am on the waiting list for another steroid injection in that one. Yay! They hurt. Wasn't fun, didn't enjoy, felt a bit funny afterwards. But anyway, I've been taking it super duper easy. and just doing what I want to do. So I'm going to grab them because I've left them in the conservatory. But yeah, I'll show you what I've been up to. Okie dokie. So you'll recognise 2 of these things, I think, or 4 of these things actually. Before I started testing, I used to make the octopuses and what they're called, mushroom boys. So I used to use the Aldi yarn because I didn't realise about all the chemical testing and everything. I've had to move because I've sat on my feet and my feet have gone numb. So excuse me, I'm just lounging. But yeah, so I've made these all out of Snug. So the first one is the Octo. It hasn't got any eyes because I was going to put safety eyes in and then I didn't, and I just haven't sewn them on yet. But he is a lovely, lovely size compared to the other one, which is probably about that big. So yeah, so he's made using Snug. Really, really like how he's turned out. Really nice size, like I said. Nice and squashy still. Yeah, really pleased with that. So he is for testing. Mushroom Boy. Ha ha ha. So I originally made these using, I've got to try and remember what it was called now. Oh, it got discontinued and I was really upset because I think it was actually certified. Oh God, what was it called? I can't remember. It'll come to me in the middle of the night. But I used to use that yarn, and they actually came out a little bit bigger. But yeah, Mushroom Boy, fun to make. I had fun with this one. I really did have fun with this one. I'd forgotten how funny they are. So these have got the tactile craft eyes. I need to make something else with the tactile craft eyes because I forgot to put the ribbon on, so I can't actually weight test those eyes. But he himself can go through all the weight testing and he can have sewn on eyes for the time being, so that's fine. I've also made the Sitting Bee but bigger, and again I forgot to put the bloody ribbon on, didn't I? So sorry. I was just annoyed with myself. Again, I'll need to make something else to test the eyes because they've only been tested on my long neck dinos, which are using Flutterby. I haven't tried them with this big thick yarn. So yeah, so Sitting Bee, and I love it in this yarn. I don't like the little ones. It looks, I guess it just looks too compact and too squashed, but in the Snug you can actually see what it's supposed to be, whether people, like before, people were picking up the little ones to be like, well, what is it? It's like, it's a bee. Obviously it's got wings. How can you not tell it's a bee? And then I'm looking at it myself going, yeah, it doesn't actually look that much like a bee. But anyway, yeah. So Sitting Bee. I've just finished this guy this morning, so he doesn't have any eyes either, but I have made a bigger turtle. He's about the size of my head. Again, he's still very nice and squishy and soft and lovely. He just needs, like I said, he just needs his eyes. So we'll give him a go. Made exactly, and I mean exactly the same way as my smaller ones, even to how I've sewn fins. So this one is made, it's no sew. But what I do is, because you obviously have to have these flippers on one side the opposite way to the other, you end up with the tail here rather than in the actual body, like it doesn't get crocheted in. So I leave a really, really long one and then pull it through the actual fin, sew that bit to the body, then pull it over to the other side and just secure the other fin on the other side, and do the same with the little ones, just for a bit of extra security so that the fins don't fall off when they're being weight tested. And I do that obviously all the way through. I don't just do it for testing, I do it for all of them because it's just, like I said, it's just that added extra bit of security. And I find that when you don't do that, the fins are really floppy, like they're all over the place, whereas when they're sewn, they're not quite so, obviously they fall down like that, but they don't go up and down as much, if that makes sense. Just in my head, it's much, much, much more safe, and obviously it is because it passed all its weight testing. So yeah, so he is ready to go. I really like him. I might just keep him for myself. I really like the colour and everything. Anyway, and then the first thing I sat down and made was this guy, and I made a bit of a mistake when I was putting him together, but it's the Spluting Triceratops by Allez Crochet. It's so cute. Look at that little face, and he has got the the ones I can't say from Amazon, whatever. He's got those, and those have been tested, and they are fine. I've used them on quite a few of my plushies now, and I've not had them fail. But can you see the mistake I've made? I put his legs on backwards, so his front legs are fine. And in my head, I was like, well, if he's going to be splooting, then surely his toes need to be at the top. But then when he's walking, he's got front legs and backwards back legs. Because I'm an idiot, and I was too excited, and I just wanted to put him together. So, yeah, so obviously he's fine for testing because they're crocheted in, so they're done the exact same way. It doesn't matter whether they're on backwards or not. I'm just an idiot. So he is mine, regardless of how he goes through with his testing. He is mine, because because I'm an idiot, and his legs are on backwards. So I'm excited about him. He's cool. He didn't take as long to make as I thought he would, and I really enjoyed it, again, because it's a new pattern. That's probably why. But he is very, very low sew, so the only thing that you have to sew on is his tail and his frill. The horns are bubble stitches, and his toes are all bubble stitches. So yeah, very low sew. Loved making him. Cannot wait to make another one, but I'm not going to make another one until I've tested this one, because I don't want him to break my heart, basically. But I can't see how he would fail. He's done, pretty well. I think it will be these, if it's anything. That's sewn on. It's sewn on. I have learnt how to do my sewing, especially with Snug. Snug is really nice to sew with because it doesn't fray and shed and break, unlike Yummy. Yummy worse than Flutterby, actually. When I've been making those reindeer, my goodness, have I been saying some choice words when trying to put the antlers on. Just, that grey just, Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty confident with this guy. Like I said, if it's going to be anything, it will be the bobbles. But we shall see. My little backwards-legged Triceratops. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I have... Oh, hello. I've been adding patterns here, there and everywhere to my my Instagram and my Ribbler. So I've got lists and lists of things that I would like to do. I want to concentrate on a couple of big items, so I'm going to discontinue some of my things. I want to try and find a new long neck and a new T-Rex pattern, purely because the two that I've got take a while, and the T-Rex especially because there's so many bits that you have to sew on. So I would like to try and find new dinosaur patterns, because I love making the dinosaurs. So when I first started out, that was all I was going to do. I was just going to be the dinosaur lady, because at the time, as I said to you before, I was absolutely and utterly head over heels in love with the T-Rex pattern, and I think I made about 12 in like 2 days because I was so in love with it. But the more I made, the less in love with them I was, because of all the sewing. Happy to make all the parts. I just need to hire somebody to sew them all together for me. Really. But then, of course, they'd all need retesting, wouldn't they? Because it'd be someone else sewing them together. But yeah, so I want to try and find a new T-Rex and a new long neck pattern. There are loads on Instagram. I just need to find one that I want to actually make. My little birds, I want to make some more variations of. It might end up being that I have to do a different pattern and retest it, but I'm quite happy with the hats, the chicks, the penguins and the mallards. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the Mingos anymore. Nobody knows what they are. It was just a whim. And then I would like to concentrate on testing some of the patterns that I've written before and see if I can get those done. So I have got a Christmas collection which I had every intention of making and testing this year, but I just ran out of steam, quite honestly. I just had so much other stuff that I wanted to do, because I want things this sort of size for kids. He takes exactly the same amount of time, little, as he does big. In fact, big is easier, especially for the sewing. So I think I probably wouldn't go more than £5 for him, or him, because again, he's the same amount of time, maybe 6, just because of how much bigger it is. And then again, for him, he'd be 6 or 8. He'd be under £10. And then what I want is on that shoe rack that I've got, where I had my cats and my spiders and stuff, I'd like to have like a rail that's £15, a rail that's £18, etc., just so that everything on that level is the same price. Just because it's easier to go, because I have a menu or a price list, but nobody looks at it. They just go, oh, how much is that, how much is that, how much is that, or they're looking at the tags and looking for the price on there, and obviously that doesn't have the prices on, because the whole point is that if they were going to gift that to somebody, they can gift it with a tag on. So the other thing I want to start doing is what JJ Crochet does, and add a price tag, like a separate price tag on, so when they're looking, they've got a price tag. It would be easier. It's obviously an extra step and an extra cost, but it would be easier. I've also still got my little mini cat to test. I enjoy making the cats still. In fact, that Storm Market, that's what I sat and did. I made 2 cats. And then at the market down the road that didn't go very well, I managed to sew together 2 more axolotls. So I've actually got 3 axolotls going into next year, which I'm really pleased with. And I've got several cats going into next year, which I'm also really pleased with. Cats I can bang out in about 45 minutes. And like I said, I still enjoy them because they're quite, not monotonous, that's not what I want to say. They're just easy because it's pretty much the same thing. It's just rounds and rounds with the odd bit added on. So yeah, I'm not going to go into any more detail because it's a paid for pattern and I don't accidentally give the pattern away for free. But yeah, it's easy and it's fun, and they're just cute. They're just so cute, especially with the glitter eyes. In fact, I probably could have put glitter eyes in this guy, but it's not until I get to the very end when I know which way the head's going to be. So I'll probably just continue sewing eyes on for him, but we'll see. And I have noticed that even though everything is tested, and I do explain this to my customers, they still prefer to buy sewn on eyes for smaller people. So I will continue to do a mix on my smaller items. So for the bees and the mushroom guy, if they pass, obviously, and if the eyes don't ping out, I'll do a mixture. So I'll do some with these eyes, and I'll do some with the little sewn on eyes that I do, just so that people have got options. And I'm just gonna have fun for the next month. So January will just be fun crochet month, and then February will start actually like market prepping, because if I can get the same markets as I did last year, I should start in April. That's when the Easter markets will be, March and April. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got big plans for next year. I don't. Everybody says that, don't they? I've got such plans. Yeah, I don't have any plans at all. I've got some big markets that I want to do. So I want to do the Meavy Oak Fair. Obviously Jake's school again, if they'll have me, because I obviously won't be a parent there anymore because he'll have left. The 2 schools, the other schools that I did this year. And then one of the craft groups that I was doing quite a few craft fairs with. Actually, both of them, now I think about it. So not both of them, 2 of them. So there's 3 craft fair groups near me, and 2 of them are going in different directions to what they've done this year. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to go. That should be really exciting. And then obviously I'll stick with the 3rd one as well when I can, because they were long days for not much, but they were fun. They were a good crowd of people. Everybody knew each other. It was nice. It was fun. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm excited for next year. Definitely going to keep doing the earrings because the kids love them. And actually, the one I did last weekend was, it was just adults buying the earrings, and they loved them. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. I've sold about 20 pairs of earrings since to my colleagues at work. I just took them in, and I did them as 2 for £3 because, you know, it's Christmas stock. I'm trying to get rid of it. Really, I don't really want to hang on to it for another year, but obviously I will because their earrings are not going to go off. But yeah, so I sold about 20, if not more, pairs at work, which was amazing and really nice and very generous of all my colleagues. And actually my boss said bring them in earlier next year, please. So I will do that. Sorry, my nose is running, it's cold. Yeah, so excited for my plans and for my new little guys that hopefully make it through. I can't get over how much I love this, considering how much I hate the other one. And I'm going to turn him into a panda as well, so I'll just ditch the wings and they'll be his little ears a bit further back and on the side, so they'd probably be like there. Yeah, so he'll be a little panda as well. Yeah, so excited. Yeah, it'll be good, it'll be fun. What I will do as well, once I've actually like gone back through all of my notes and everything, is I will do a what my bestseller was this year video. I think it's probably, looking at these, it's probably going to be, if we're going to go on the non-crochet route, it's going to be the earrings. If we're going to go crochet, I reckon it's going to be pickles. So I think that might be something I really need to stock up on next year and just start early. They're not hard to make, they don't take very long. I think I worked out that they take me about 12 minutes if I really go for it, but obviously trying not to do that. Can you see, I can't help it, I just absent-mindedly now just massage this hand. It's very odd. I actually had it at my Christmas meal. I was doing that, and the waiter was like, "Are you okay? Do you need something?" I was like, No. I'm just full of tension, so I'm trying to relieve it. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm actually just talking absolute garbage now, and I have been doing that for about half an hour. But yeah, so that should be, hopefully the next video will be how much I sold of everything. The only issue is I can't remember if I did a detailed inventory for the Meavy Oak Fair, because that was my first one and I left early and I got very overwhelmed by how well it went. So we'll see. But yeah, that should be the next video. If it's not, it will be something else that I've decided to make, or it will be the results of testing these guys, but I am not going to even contemplate doing that until after Christmas. I've got to get through Christmas first. So I've got one more day of work, and I've got 3 days off for Christmas, and it's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas, and I will probably now see you next year. So Happy New Year.